d'Azovstal, la dernière poche de résistance ukrainienne.
Okay, Dr. Benny, do your thing.
All right. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings on this amazing webinar in different parts of the globe. I want to take this moment to welcome you guys. Today is Happy Easter. As you guys know, there are some people who celebrate and some people don't. Christ has risen. I want to take this moment to introduce our host for today. His name is Mr. or Engineer Mike OJONGTAMBIA. As you guys know, to me, he is an IT guru. He is an engineer. He is our instructor. He is someone that knows a lot about our products, right? You guys know that OnPassive has organic products. Engineer Michael went to the back office, just like all of us we will do. He went and studied everything about our products. He knows you ask him any question about our products, he will explain to you. He is an engineer. I want us to take this moment to welcome my king, Michael, engineer. Come along, brother.
Hello, everybody. Happy Easter to us. Welcome again to another session. Without you, we cannot be having these sessions. So I want to applaud to you for coming. We want to thank you for coming. So like, it is not like a promotional thing that we want to make like finance from it. No, it is not monetary value. It's just a value for us, all the OnPassivians, to come here and we'll learn, okay? That's the reason for this platform is not to generate income, no. It is for us OnPassivians to come here for people who can make it and we'll learn some things, okay? Because we're in the IT field, we can bring some concept to explain to you people so that you can understand more. Today, how we'll be carrying what we'll be doing today is the first thing we want to talk about the event, Eye on Dubai. Then from there, Dr. Benny and myself will give you people. Last time we were drawing, we were talking about the life cycle of project and things like that. So we want to bring some of the concepts, continuous delivery and continuous monitoring, which is part of that big pipeline of a project development life cycle and things like that. So if we get and understand those concepts today, then we'll be understanding more how our systems in OnPassive is going. Okay, so from there, and after we talk about the Eye on Dubai, then people who are excited or about what happened on that day, which was the 15th, Friday the 15th of April 2022, people who were excited can tell us their excitement, and after that then we do the presentations, then we'll go there. I think somebody wanted us to do Mac, to clear cache on Mac, Dr. Benny, is that? Okay, we can do that. Then any questions that arise, we can answer as well. So that will be our menu for today. Over to you, Dr. Benny.
All right. I know that a lot of you guys witnessed what happened on the 15th, right? It was amazing. I would like, if you know, were you there Did you witness anything that transpired on the 15th in Dubai? Did you guys do that? I would like you guys to raise your hands electronically. Say something for 2 minutes. Your excitement. Please. Thank you so much. But to tell the truth, before we proceed, do you guys know that our engineer Michael was invited? Engineer Michael, I would like you to please tell me what you witnessed and how did you feel for someone like me to see you at the top? Please explain to us. Thank you so much. You are muted, sir.
Oh my goodness, Dr. Benny, not again.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So first of all, I was so thankful to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, because he sees all what people are doing. So he knows people who are contributing to the fire, the flame, the fire that he put on us. So he knows people who are taking that to the light. And so it was an honor. I was delighted to be picked, like selected to come talk to Mr. Ash Mufare on that day. So basically, we should also know another thing, that Mr. Ash Mufare, he always over-deliver. He started, remember, on the 11th of April on the round table, he told us that we'll be having the live event in 9 locations in Dubai. So, but guess what? We had it in 11 locations, so which is over-delivering. Then we also had a musical interlude and display in the Hyderabad office. That was not part of it before, right? We did not know about that. So he just keeps on bringing, and if you look at it, the marketing at its finest level and the quality of what he did on that day, no company has ever done that before. And when he tells us, he told us on that 11, he told us, he says, I know marketing and I love marketing. So we should know that we are dealing with a genius in marketing. We are dealing with somebody who knows, has been in the internet marketing space for a very long time. So he has all these experiences that he has just bundled together, and he's giving it to us. And we are seeing how effective the marketing is going. Now, strategically, it was not a joke, or it was not something that he had to think twice to go to the UAE, which is United Arab Emirates, or the Gulf region. If you look at all those countries around the Gulf region, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, all those countries there, if you look at their systems, they are trying to go digital. So they are trying to digitalize everything. So being in Dubai, it is a big win for OnPassive, because if you look at it again, all the big names in the IT, they want to go make a presence in Dubai. So in a few years to come, we'll hear about what OnPassive will be doing. And again, we'll still have a tournament which they call the World Cup, Soccer World Cup in Qatar, this 2020. It will begin on the 18th of November till I think 21st of December of this year. So us being in Dubai, and people are going for vacation, summer is coming. A lot more people will be going for summer vacations. So when they go there, on those billboards, we have 120 giant screens, and he showed all of us those screens yesterday. I was just on Friday, sorry. I was just sat there, I was watching, and I was so perplexed. I didn't really have much to say, but just wow. I mean, it was, so, I mean, if somebody recognizes people like what our CEO is doing, is something worth talking about it, because it's not every company that will sit and recognize people who contribute to the company's goals and initiatives. So Mr. Ash Mufare, or say Ash Mufare as I call him, will be that person who will always treat his founders so special. And we can see that all the time. He did it in when they were doing the launch of Old Staff, which was on the 20th of January this year. It started with there, then we went through to the 30th of March, and now the 15th of April was another day. I was so delighted. I was so happy. I got selected to come talk to my own views that I could carry about the occasion, which was phenomenal. Thank you very much, Dr. Benny.
Thank you so much. To tell you the truth, I was so excited seeing you there. Yes, I was. And I really thank God because God answered my prayers. Yes, he did. I know that we are all human and we are all founders and we are all leaders, no matter what. So being a leader,
I'm going to put it to my ear.
I'm sorry. Now, I know we are all leaders. If you have one person under you, you are a leader. And you being there and you were able to speak and communicate with our CEO and the whole world saw you, I was so thrilled. I'm not going to lie to you. And I pray that it should continue. I finally spoke to one of the leaders and they make me to understand that you, Engineer Michael, you are an asset to this organization. And I applaud you for that. Yes, one of our leaders who is closer to our CEO make me to understand. And I felt so good. Anyway, does anyone have anything else to say? Queen Judy, I know you know it. You know what happened. So if you have even just 2 minutes to say something that what transpired on the 15th, I will appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. The whole experience was just mind-boggling. It just go from one excitement to another excitement, and yes, you don't know where it's going to stop. It's amazing what Mr. Ash does for this whole company. It's unbelievable that one person can take on a job like this and expand it to the point that he has. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I can't talk for 2 minutes because I tear up with the excitement, but anyhow, thank you. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much, Sister Judy, for your input. I know you love OnPassive because OnPassive is your business. OnPassive is our company. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. And I've never smiled as much as I do now since I've been on OnPassive. Yes, for the last year, it's been awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want to call names. By the way, I want to welcome Queen Amadine. Welcome, sister. And I just want to say, we all love you. We appreciate you attending this webinar. Thank you and happy Easter. Welcome to each and everyone. Welcome to my king, Brother Charles P. How you doing, Papa? Welcome and happy Easter. Now, Dr. John, I'm going to call you. Do you have anything to say? I would like you guys to raise your hands electronically if you want to say anything. Thank you so much. If you are not excited, it's okay. Queen Alexandrine, I need you to say something. Thank you. Anyway.
Happy Esther family. I'm so happy to be here, and I was so happy to see our engineer Mike that day with the CEO. I was like, wow, this is it. I was very grateful for our CEO and all the family. We are so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to have you guys, and we are all blessed. May God continue to bless us. Thank you. Happy Easter for everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Queen Alexandrine. I am so thrilled. Yes, please. Thank you so much for your support.
Very welcome, Dr. Bini.
Thank you. All right.
Very welcome.
Does anyone have anything else? Look, I don't want to call your name, but if you want to say something, that is fine for what transpired on the 15th. But if not, great. Sopas, come along, please.
Hello. Yes, me too. I'm so excited. And when we watched in Dubai, all that beautiful things and what we are participating on, it is unbelievable. And I remember that Mr. Ash, he said that out of Unpassive, there will come many Mother Teresa's. And now I begin to understand how that can be real. Yeah. So I'm so happy there will be many Mother Teresa's out from Unpassive. And we are blessed to be a blessing, and we will others to shine. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, my queen. I appreciate your support and I appreciate your input. As you know, Unpassive is our company and our business.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pastor Paul 360, I know you're here. Oh, Brother Charles. Jai, Papa. Come along. Please say something, Papa.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Papa, go ahead.
Okay, how are you?
I am, let me just say, I am Unpassive at the top.
Okay, that's great. I mean, I share the joy and excitement that is going on. I have one question, just one question. I would like us to expand on that.
Yes, please.
So now that we have like few steps closer to the main goal, how do we prepare ourselves? I mean, beside the excitement, the thing I've done every day and every time, every single second, we are getting closer and closer. How, as leaders and Unpassivians, can we prepare ourselves for the big event? I mean, we are already there, but the main day.
Okay, I'm going to answer, and then Engineer Mike will correct me if I'm wrong. Now, in order for you to be ready, please, if you can save that money, that $200 to $300, just remember that everything is done for us, right? Everything is done for us. You're just going to sit and relax. But if you have that dollars, the $200 to $300, get ready, save it, and don't touch it, and just wait and relax. It's coming. Engineer Mike, please say something.
Okay, Dr. Benny, thank you very much. Mr. Charles, thanks for your answer, and those who have intervened, thank you very much. I just want to take it in a different light, Dr. Benny. So you remember, every time our CEO would tell us that there will be a grace period. Let's take this as that grace period. And remember, if Unpassive launches and you don't have the finances to activate your account, it will be like you go to the market and you get a shop, and that shop needs to be open before you make some sales, right? If you don't open your shop, nobody will come there, right? So having that amount of money to activate your account would be the gateway to open your shop. And when you open your shop, that's when the company will send traffic to your website and you'll be making some income. So let's take this time now to be prepared, Mr. Charles, and we raise that money, which will be our activation fee, which is between $200 and $300 until our CEO will tell us the exact amount. But just go for 300, which is the bigger one, right? So that if they say no, oh, it's not 200, it's not 300, it's 250 or $200, you can have some money back with you, right? So this is a grace period. Let's make that grace period happen to us. Thank you very much. I see Dr. Derek's camera open. He wants to say something. Dr. Benny.
You know that Dr. Derek's always have something to say. Dr. Derek, go ahead and say something.
Peace, blessings, and enough, holy plenty, the top love. Right there. See there? The top love. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, Professor Engineer Mike. You cannot be less than a professor. Thank you very much for all that you do. I really appreciate it. And Queen Dr. Benny Blessings, thank you very much also. Thank you very much, everyone. Judy, see you in the house, Amanda, etc., Maggie, and Pastor Paul, Reverend Dr. Pastor Paul, 360 degrees. See you in the house. Charles and everyone else. Just to add to what Queen Dr. Benny and Professor Engineer Mike said. One, ensure that someone that you trust have your login information, because unfortunately life happens and people drop out. We see that from time to time. Just the other day it was Suzanne Bakal and all of those other persons. So ensure that someone else has your login information. That's very important, because you have to remember it's your business. It's not unpassive business. Unpassive is giving you the tool and providing all the tools and the working and the providing. But it's your business. It's your business. And so if you don't trust anyone, put it in a safety deposit box if you can afford it, and have someone will it to someone, or put that in writing to someone that you want it to go to. But ensure that someone has that login information, your email login, your ofounders.net login. Put that somewhere that someone can have access to it, wherever that may be. And as Queen Dr. Benny and Professor Engineer Mike said, that try to have that 300, at least 300. And if you have more than one account, then you multiply that by the amount of accounts that you have. Try to ensure that you at least log into all of your accounts at least once, or if you can do it twice a week. Try to log in to all the accounts, not just your main account, but all the account, so that you know that you can log in and everything good, everything crisp, and everything is on point. So just do those things, and as everyone said, just be patient, because it is coming. We are at the top, and we are now creating our own top. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Dr. King, Dr. Derek, for your input. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Brother Charles, Are you satisfied with your answer?
Well, I mean, I'm satisfied. So I just want to know because, you know, I like to be proactive. You see, yeah, with all this excitement going on, and it will just go better and better and better. So I don't want to find myself, you know, I'm not really okay for the $300. But beside that, is there anything I need to know, or maybe because Engineer Mike is closer to the CEO, I don't know if is there anything else, you know that we don't know, and that we need to prepare and to get the best of our business. I mean, as individuals and as a whole, as a group. Yeah, that was my question.
Okay, my brother, what I can tell you is the CEO is closer to every founder. You know why? He values all of us. There is no founder who the CEO is not closer to. Trust me. Tomorrow in an event, you can receive an invitation. That's how good it is with his founders. There is no other company that I've seen before that somebody is taking his time to know his founders, to communicate with them in every aspect. So what I would tell you is, all of us founders, let's just trust the process. Let's believe in our CEO, and every other thing will be done. You know why? Remember, he doesn't just come and tell us things without finishing them. He finishes everything, then he tells you, oh, this is ready. So when he tells you this is ready, it is ready. So we never knew that he was getting a data center for us. We never knew he was getting cloud computing for us. We never knew that he was getting some physical products. We never knew that he's getting an Active Directory for us, but we have all of that in place now because it is done. We never knew that we'll have 2 offices floors in the tallest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. They have been working on this for 1+ years. And when it came to tuition, everything was good. That's when we knew it. We don't even know. We never knew that Bless was already going on until when he showed us. When was that? He showed us on the 30th of March. We never knew. So let's just keep our hands crossed, trust the process, keep on doing what we're doing, invite people for these 9 minutes that we still have for people to come in, talk to our families and friends and relatives. If they can come in, let them come in. You know what? We are not worried anymore about what is going to happen the next day in OnPassive. We have already seen it all. So what is happening now is for us to be happy, savor the moment, and just love the process more and more and more, because I'm loving it more and more now. You know why? Do you know the CEO told us he was to shoot live on 9 locations, but he went to 11 locations. Are you excited about that? Yes, those are the things that we should be excited about, because he's a genius in marketing campaign. He told us on the 11th that I love marketing campaign and I know marketing campaign. And we are seeing it. He knows it. Listen again. He told us OnPassive is the biggest internet mall, and we have seen it. Do you see those giant screen TVs, that 120 of them in the whole of Dubai, UAE? Those are the things that should be getting us excited, my brother. And I'm excited, as I'm telling you. And most other leaders are very, very excited. Dr. Benny is excited. Judy is excited. Auntie Marie Pendy is excited. Dr. Derek is excited. Makeba is excited. Everybody is excited. Auntie Mary Wilson here is very excited from what we are already seeing. So those are the things that we should be concerned about, my brother. Forget about what's going to happen, because our CEO will always direct us in what is coming next. He never just come out of a blue. No. He's very strategic. He tells us those strategic points when it's time for us to know. And remember, he told us again that let's have some moment of grace, because it is coming. And when it is coming, when our founding positions will be closed, he will come and talk to us like founders and partners to him. You know, I don't know if that makes sense to you, Uncle Charles. Over to you, Dr. Benny. I'm done.
All right. Brother Charles, are you satisfied with Engineer Michael's answer?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense for me also. I'm in the same spirit. I don't just want to get caught unprepared. I'm worried about myself, not about what is going on passive. So is there anything, I mean, from what Engineer Mike is saying is I just need to relax. Okay, I'm getting relaxed then,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And Engineer Michael and my king, Dr. Derek, thank you so much for your answer. Now, Queen Marie Pendi, come along. Happy Easter to you, sis.
Happy Easter to all of you, all my family. I just wanted to add some momentum, just a few words to what Engineer Mike just said. Our CEO on this Easter day, you have to know that he is a godsend. He is a godsend to come and uplift mankind. We are some of the chosen people whom he is asking for us to be with him so we can help him and we all uplift mankind. He doesn't just come out to say anything. Before he comes out with some degree of confidence in what he says. The confidence is at a level where it demands and it commands respect in everything that he says. So at this time, we should all feel good. We should all be proud that we are in a place that God has chosen us. Because the next time when he comes out and unleashes his product, it will be with command and respect. Each time, every time, all the way to the top. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my queen. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your input. We appreciate you. All right. I know that King Dr. Derek, I believe you have something to say. I'm sorry that I just call you, but I know that you have things to say for what transpired on day 15. Please say something. Unmute, Dr. Derek.
Okay, wonderful. Peace, blessings, and enough love. But I see Marie hand was up. Okay. Peace, blessings, and enough love once again. Actually, I am kind of putting together the exact footage as we speak of what took place on Friday. So it's not, I mean, the production team did a particular putting together of it, but it's without the conversation between Ash and some of our founders and leaders. So it kind of, I mean, it's a good production and 100%, but I kind of like what was said by our leaders, our founders, and our CEO on Friday. So I am putting that together right now. Hopefully I'll finish before 12:45 at the Dream Team meeting. I was trying to get it ready for this meeting because I just saw, when I woke up this morning, I just saw Professor Engineer Mike webinar, and I was trying desperately to do it for this one, but I'm still in the process. But I have worked with many companies, including the military back home. I have put together data centers. I have put together different programs in terms of small companies in Jamaica launching, including my little company, printing company in Jamaica, and so on. And I have never, ever in my entire life see anything of this magnitude before. I mean, the normal way is to launch the company and advertise. See me here, come, see me here. That's the normal way. You launch and then you say, come, see me over here, come, see me over here. I have never a company saying, see me here, come. See you here, where? See me, yes, come, see me here. No, we don't launch yet, but come, see we here. See us here. That is phenomenal. Never been done before. Awesome. Because what this, you see, we are on the other way, the one that I just described. First, we open the door and say, come, see me here. That's what we are used to. And so that is why a lot of people are antsy, because this has never been done before. Never, ever in the history of the world. This has never been done before. And so people love the traditional ways, and people love what they used to. But let us understand that unpassive is not something that is traditional. It is totally different, moving and cutting across what is norm in business. And so this is just the journey, the journey of this company should be getting us so excited that we're jumping up and down in our seat, in our sleep, in our eating, in our walking. We should have some pep in our steps, because this is so radical. Actually, there's no box. So we're not thinking out the box. We just don't have any box. And so we just actually just moving as according to how the Spirit is leading him and how he feels about things. It is just moving in accordance to that. And so just the journey, just stick with the journey. Understand that this is a journey. And I'm telling you, you are going to feel much better and appreciative of the money when it comes. Not just getting money and getting money. Let us appreciate the journey, because this is what is tantamount to unpassive, especially with where Oh Bless is concerned. It's a totally different scenario. So let us understand that 9% of people that win the lotto have something to show. Only 9%. Why? Because my great-grandmother Dingy would say, easy come, easy go. So when we don't appreciate what we are getting, then it's neither here nor there. We're just going to just spend it just as easy as it comes. Ash is modifying our minds to think a little different, so that when it comes, when the money comes, we'll not just be spending and acquiring things, acquiring stuff. But yes, we will sort out ourselves and we will help people along the way. And that's Ash's real message, to help humanity. Because he could just use his millions and just help humanity, just like the rest of millionaires. Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, all of those persons. But no, he's trying to teach us to do that, which he could have done from the get-go, But instead of just him alone doing it, it's 1.2 million plus. That is having the mindset so that in your neck of the woods, that what he would want to accomplish will be accomplished quicker and more speedily. I thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek. We really appreciate your input. I don't know what else to say, but to say thank you. Thank you also for coming. I know we have just 1 more hour to go, but I just want to say something a little, if you don't mind, Engineer Mike, just a little. But first of all,
so Benny, go. Let's see. It's as if people are getting much more excited. Maybe we'll just let them talk about what they're talking. Then next week we do the
next week we can talk. Sure. No problem.
Let's just go. People are so excited. I can see that.
Whoever is wow.
Oh, Pastor
Hey,
Paul is here.
Pastor Paul 360. Actually, you are 390. Come along, Pastor. Happy Easter and welcome to this amazing webinar.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Benny, Jamai, Dr. Derek. Sorry, all these days I used to sleep every Sunday. Before I knew it, time has passed. I'm supposed to be in the house right from the one, but because of a stressful weekend, you come back from church, you want to sleep. Before you wake up, you discover that no time again. So, Engineer Mike, I'm very, very sorry. I am happy that today is one of my happiest day because my birthday and my wife, both of us were born on April 17. Today is our birthday and it fell to Easter Sunday again. And my wife's name is Easter, and then those double jubilation and celebration combined with what happened on Friday. So the joy was extremely too much. So I cannot be more happy than as I am now. So even tomorrow, at least we here in Nigeria, we are very, very excited. And so many doubting Thomases are kicking up, they are standing up, they are seeing the reality, they are hearing, and the things are changing. And we believe that definitely our original mission and vision of more of our people, we are going to realize, at least by the grace of God, more than our expectation. Like Dr. Derek has said, a lot of things. One thing I keep on saying is the only permanent thing is change. And even the economic system that we're enjoying today, we are not the one, right from the primitive society, it wasn't the one. The political system is not the same. And even the religious belief system and practices, there is always a modification as we progresses in life. And so also our ways of thinking. And like one of the madam says that ash is a God sent. Definitely, I think he is already thinking in the real way that any good godly minded person should be thinking, because over the years, why the crime and evil keep on increasing in our society is because we are not thinking in line. We are not actually reflecting on the reality that no matter what you have in this life, you cannot go to anywhere with them. You will die, they will bury you, you go alone. But every day you keep on seeing people fighting over who has more money than another, who has more property than another. Even when the common people are suffering and dying, they don't look at them. They rather be competing and be piling up the money. And God has really touched this man to say, no, this thing is nothing it doesn't take anybody to anywhere. And I know as God will have it, is bringing the same like-minded people to catch the vision. To catch the vision of OnPassive as the founder, if you think it's common, it is not. Those of us that are sharing, we really know from experience, we have seen that it is not common for people to see it, because you will have a friend who is close to you who will lose that 102 and it doesn't cost him or her anything. But that same person, you will be talking to the person from January to December, he will not accept it. That is to tell you that if you are a founder today, it is not common. It's because God has seen your heart that you can work with the vision of our CEO. That is why you were there. So if you think it's common and it's cheap, I will tell you that it is not. Because if you see those that are suffering, their families are suffering, their extended families are suffering, and they can afford this money cheaply to join so that they can affect the life of those around them. But they will tell you, no, 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 no. Today, I am almost 2 years, and my closest friends, they are not there. Not that they don't have money that will say, okay, let me help them out. No. So we thank God, and we believe that we will continue to work in line with this vision, and God will continue to make sure that at the end of the day, along the line, when the apples start dropping, like Dr. Derek said, we will not, our attention will not lose from the focus and from the real dream by His grace. Thank you so much, Dr. Mai, for giving us such a wonderful opportunity to express ourselves at this a good time. Dr. Benny, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor 390. I'm not going to call you 360, but I want to appreciate your input. And I know that you will do what it takes to encourage one another, especially in the Nigerian community, for them to join OnPassive. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for being our leader as well. All right. Does anyone have anything else? Are you guys excited? Because except you guys want me to say something, right? If I don't see any hands up, oh, great. Brother Charles, you're back. Come along, Papa.
Thank you, Dr. Blessing. You are blessed.
Thank you.
You're blessed, and is risen.
Amen.
Yeah, so having said that, I'm just pouring out my excitement as well. And,
okay.
You know, Ash is putting the bar very, very high. And for me, as a founder, I consider a founding position as like the floor. So I want to raise up, because it's actually a floor in OnPassive. A founder is like the starting point of our wealth transformation. So I want to put it a bit high, because some of us have businesses, you know, we are founders and we have businesses. So in terms of, you know, catching and grabbing the vision and the opportunity OnPassive platform is offering us, we need to at least be aware, because people like Binance is coming. I mean, Binance is a big, big crypto platform. Big crypto. So probably they are seeing something, you know, if we as the founders, we keep seeing ourselves just as a founder and not, you know, build upon that foundation to get even into the higher standard, because we are starting on the top. Meanwhile, me as a founder, I'm starting from the floor. So since Ash is starting OnPassive, is starting from the top, I want to catch the vision and start from the top. So how my business, because I have like a shoe business. So how my business, you know, can get the best of OnPassive platform to explode worldwide. So my question is open. Yeah.
I will say something and then Engineer Mike or anyone can add. When it comes to that, your business, did you create an email based upon your business?
I do. I did.
Perfect. Now, with that email, remember, please correct me, Engineer Mike, if I'm wrong. Now, having that email, remember that our CEO, despite the fact that you are the only one, or maybe you have more people under you, but our CEO is going to utilize the artificial intelligence, right, to drive traffic into your business. So people will still see that your email, people will love it. And if they love it, they will come there and they will tell their other friends to come. That is me, Engineer Mike. So if you have more to say, go ahead, Papa.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Benny. I mean, Charles is on fire. His questions are always on top notch of the questions, right? Yeah, Mr. Charles, let's say this. OnPassive is branding all of us founders. Number one, we can see that from our show on Friday that we saw OnPassive all founders that was the first time that all founders was being leashed to the world, so people can start coming in through us all founders now. Now, the second thing that you need to know is our CEO told us that whatever business that you have, might be a car dealership, might be you sell some health products, might be you do some tailoring, you do some fashion, you have a fashion shop and stuff like that, you can bring them all to OnPassive so that traffic can be generated for you. But guess what? They must be legal, okay? Those companies must be legally registered, they're legal, you do legal stuff. So even you have 50 companies out there, you can bring them to OnPassive so that we can use AI to send it to your website and people will come more. And when people come more to your website, what is that? More of them will be converted and you will have a bigger team and that is income. So what I'm telling you is that is good. Any 50,000 businesses you have, you can bring them to OnPassive, provided they are legit, registered, and legal, okay? Thank you, Dr. Benny.
All right. Brother Charles, are you satisfied with the
Very
answer?
much so. Very much so.
Perfect. Thank you, Engineer Mike, for your answer. I appreciate you. Queen Kiba, come along, please.
Thank you, my queen. Happy Easter to everybody.
1 minute, Kiba, 1 second. 1 second,
Yeah?
please. Dr. Benny.
Yes, sir.
We can go to the end of this without you telling us about continuous monitoring. So look at your time. Just tell us only about continuous monitoring after this so that I want us to know about it. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to talk about.
Just tell it. We want to know about it today, please.
Jesus.
Nothing.
Okay.
I know it's
No
nothing
problem.
more. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Queen Kiba, come along, please.
Yes, hi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm fired up after the last 2 weeks, what we have been seeing in Dubai. We know that we are in it to win it. So I just want to encourage us by quoting what Mr. Ash Mufara had said in one of the webinars that I attended. He said to us, I will quote him. He said, if you just got in and want to catch up in a couple of minutes, okay, this is the deal. You are in a company called OnPassive. It is an AI IT company. It is disruptive. It's adding value to people, lifting up humanity, and it's gonna make an impact, period. If you are in it, you will win. You're gonna be successful depending on your goal or what you are aiming for. But the possibilities are endless and limitless. That's all you wanna know. So if you are in OnPassive, all I can tell you is life is about to get better. And I would like to add one tiny thing. If you have been in OnPassive and this is maybe your 100th webinar, okay, that's a beautiful thing. You have taken a lot of value, so much of our time and commitment to you. And now I can tell you, we are ready for the greatest shape of our life. So as founders, to us, let us be ready for this greatest shape of our lives. It has already started. If you have been in this Dubai events, there is no question. I mean, it has been said over and over again that OnPassive is the last business we will ever need. And it is true. I have a company myself, and I know other people have companies, but I know that with OnPassive, our mindset will change. We will go away from trying to get money because money will come to us, but then we will reach out to people because that is the heart of our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufari. He wanted us to be visionaries, to see what he sees. So I have started in my own life, I have started to see that life has no meaning, money has no meaning if you cannot make an impact to your neighbor. So at this point in time, we should be preparing our hearts, our lives with all this that we are going to get from Ash Mufari and OnPassive to help people. Let us start looking around so that we are not taken by surprise. Let us start looking around. Let us, that is why he is starting with Obless. He is preparing our hearts to reach out to people. It will no longer be, what about my business? What am I going to do with my business? That business that I have been having, it will not mean anything as to what the business of OnPassive will bring to us. Let us change our mindset and be in line with the vision of our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufari. We are in a very big company. And we have to grasp it. We have to put it in our heads, in our minds. We have to understand where we are now. Dubai is just the thing that it should make us relax and know that we are in good hands. We should just sit and prepare our $200, $300. And then we know that our CEO will do the rest for us. That is all I wanted to encourage us, my leaders. Thank you very much.
Wow. Queen Kiba, I hope to see you next week. Thank you. Thank you so much for your input. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Does anyone have anything else to say? Because I do. And then after that, I will say something about the continuous monitoring, since I thought we were going to do it next week, but Engineer Mike wants me to say something about continuous monitoring. But does anyone have anything else to say about what transpired in Dubai? If not, I will say a little bit of something to myself, what transpired. There is somebody that we have to thank first, right? Someone, our maker, our creator, right? Our God. Guess what? He sent our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufari, to eradicate poverty and to uplift humanity. Guess what? He accepted. When the Lord told him to do it, there's something that he said. Pardon me, as I'm standing upright. Either I do or I die. That was his word. You know why? Because a lot of us, we have been suffering all over the globe. He loved us so much. That is why he decided that we should all become a founder. Today, I want to take this moment to thank our CEO for accepting it. I want to thank his wife, his two children, I believe, Emma and Jesus, I believe, his lovely mother, daddy, brothers and sisters, his family all over the globe. I want to thank God for them. Now, I want God to also guide and protect our CEO wherever he goes. I want God to do that. I pray for him, and I know all of us are praying for him. Now, I want to also thank our tech department in India. They are the one, the engineers, the administrators, the developers. They are the ones that have done all this work to develop all our organic products. We need to continue to thank those guys. Ladies, we need to thank our brothers and sisters in Dubai, those tech guys who did everything to be where we are today. I want to also thank Brother Red friend, Brother Matty. Brother Red was just like a journalist. He is a journalist of OJONGTAMBIA. I want to thank him. I want to thank Brother Matty for being, well, he is our tech. He is everything. He is a marketer. He is doing everything to make things work out. I want to thank him. I want to thank all the leaders. Remember, we are all leaders, right? Yes. I want to thank you guys. And to tell you whatever transpired in Dubai, when I saw the television. When you look at the television, the screen, on the screen, you see OJONGTAMBIA, OJONGTAMBIA on the 15th. But guess what? The first time our CEO introduced OJONGTAMBIA into the world, I was excited. The reason is because there are a lot of people who keep laughing at me, right? But it was introduced. I don't think anyone will laugh at me, and I don't care if they laugh at me. OJONGTAMBIA is my business. OJONGTAMBIA is our company. I am so thrilled. And I want to say I love each and everyone. Let's continue to share. If you want to share it to some of our people, to all of our people, if they want to accept to come, that is fine.
Are you open today?
If they don't want to, it's because it wasn't their time. But too bad if they don't come. They will never see a company like this again. Isn't it, Dr. Derek? They will never see a company like this again. I want to reassure you guys. And I want to encourage you guys, if you guys can tell your brothers and sisters that in a household, right? Even if they don't have money, 3 people can contribute. Let me say, or 4 people, $25, right? And just create an email. I know that is difficult for a lot of people, but in a household, 4 people can contribute and just create that email. Because I know we all love one another. When the money starts coming, all of us in the family, we will enjoy. And I want to say one more thing again. All the females, all ladies, all the women who are pregnant, if your baby, the unborn fetus, is 8 months in your womb, right? We know that pretty soon the child will come out. Please create an email address for that baby. The reason is because since you and I may be leaving the world, that child will be born with silver spoon in his or her mouth or gold spoon. That child will never suffer again. Now remember that our CEO introduced All Bless, right? All Bless is just like GoFundMe in United States. Now, a lot of people need help all over the globe. Remember that we have more than 1.2 million founders, right? If one of us, if all of us can just contribute $1, that's already 1.2, right? If everybody, people who have problem, we can just contribute just $1 and help that particular person. There are a lot of children who needs help. We need to help those kids. There are a lot of orphans suffering, widowers suffering. Come on, homelessness. They were not asked to be homeless. Things just happen. Are you guys willing, now that you guys have joined OJONGTAMBIA, are you guys willing to share that money to help those who are in need? Because as for me, Count me in, Engineer Michael, Dr. Derek, Queen Judy, Sister Marie. Count me in. I am ready to help because I'm going to make the dollars, right? I am going to make, you guys don't know me. I am going to make the dollars and I'm going to share it. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, Dr. Benny, that was an awesome one. I mean, this show they had, the big hat that all of us, the leaders and all of us, the leaders have in OnPassive, just following what our CEO is doing for us. This marvelous platform he put for us to be able to be Mother Teresa's to help people, right? So I applaud with you and I align with you in that, because it's no more about the apples, but it's about how we want to impact lives around us. Okay. Thank you very much for your clean hand.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. One more thing before I allow Sister Marie to say something. As you know about P&G community, they need serious help. And I know that you will do what it takes. But in order for you to do anything, I need you to plan. I need you to communicate with the big leaders and say, hey, you're going there to do something. Let them open their way. But before you do that, you ask our Father. Our Father will give you the way to go and help P&G. Thank you so much. Sister Marie Pende, come along, please.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. I just wanted to add on to what you just said. This OnPassive is bigger than Ash Mufara. It's bigger than each and every one of us. When you go to the webinars, you hear voices that says, upgrade your dreams. Think of think of the projects that you're going to be doing to make an impact of this world. I want to impress upon all of us to think of projects, bigger projects. Because say if Dr. Derek has a project, let's say he wants to feed the entire Haitian country, or he wants to feed the country where he comes from. Engineer Mike has a project, for example, I want to build houses for people who has never dreamed to have houses. Or Dr. Benny has a project to feed those children and to give them all the medical things that they need in order to survive cancer. It is impressive upon all of us to think of the projects that we are going to do, because you want to create an impact. So if each and every one of us has a project and we have all this money that is coming, and somebody just said, the money doesn't mean anything if you don't use it to make an impact. So if you have a project that you're going to do, the money is not a problem now. So when you do your project, Dr. Benny can contribute to a project instead of writing that, paying taxes to the government of the money that she has. She can donate a chunk of her money to that project and write it off as tax write-off instead of giving it to Uncle Sam. So if I have a hospital that I want to build so that poor people can come and get quality care for no charges, I will accept all the donations from everywhere, from all the founders, because you can always write a tax write-off on that donation instead of writing a 40% or 35% to Uncle Sam and giving it to the government. You can impact each and everyone's project and leave that money to continue to stay at that level and grow and help as many million people as possible. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Marie. I know you're a nurse and I know you're willing to do that. But anyway, so long as your business is registered, I will give money because I have to write it off for taxes, right? Remember, I'm going to make the dollars. I don't care. God has given me. God gave me this opportunity to join OnPassive. By the way, a trusted friend of mine introduced OnPassive to me March 1st of 2020. I have been here for quite some time. And do you guys know something? I eat, I drink, I sleep, I dream OnPassive. That is it. And guess what? Do you guys know I got married? You know who?
OnPassive.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Engineer Mike, do you want me to proceed?
Yes, please, Dr. Benny, go. Let's
All right.
hear you talk about continuous monitoring, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I talk about continuous monitoring, we do have, I am an information system security officer. When I applied for one position, they said, I am a PM. I never knew. And now they said, I am an ISSM, Information System Security Manager. But being an information system security officer, I work as a contractor with the federal government. Just to let you guys know, we do have federal laws that in United States, all the federal government, whether you are private or financial institution, you have to follow. And one of the law is called FISMA law. Actually, it was signed in 2002. They call it like Information Security. Actually, that time it was Information Security Management Act of 2002, which it was dealing only with the federal government. But something happened that, sometimes you have to upgrade. Just like our CEO say, you upgrade your dreams. Now, it was now updated and says it's now written the Federal Information Security Modernization Act of 2014, which means that it is not only the federal government that will utilize these policies and procedures. You will have a federal financial institution. You have the hospitals, that's healthcare. You have education. Everyone will utilize this policy and procedures. Now, like I said, FISMA. We have another company still with the government. It's called NIST, N-I-S-T, the National Institute of Standard and Technology. So FISMA mandate NIST, right, to create templates, documents, policies and procedures for everyone to follow, all the companies all over the globe. Despite the fact that I'll be coming to continuous monitoring, but it starts from somewhere before we get to continuous monitoring. But I'm not going to say too much for those life cycle. Now, NIST. We have NIST began with NIST 812, right? That was the beginning of security. Right now, I think we have NIST 210. Now, but there's one particular NIST that it has a life cycle, right? Just like a system development life cycle when it comes to developing those products or a project that we talked about last week. Now, we have this called NIST 837 revision 2. Actually, it used to be revision 1. Now, it is a life cycle. So it begins with like you categorize the system, and then you talk about selection of security controls, control implementation, control assessment, then authorization, and now we have continuous monitoring. I didn't just want to jump, right? So when it comes to the continuous monitoring, let me, I don't know if I should share my screen, but I am going to start what a continuous monitoring is all about. I don't know if I should share my screen, but anyway, continuous monitoring is a technology and process that IT, when we talk about IT, is information technology organization that may implement to enable rapid dictation of compliance issue and security risk within the IT infrastructure. Continuous security monitoring is a type of security solution that automates security monitoring across various sources of security information, right? Continuous monitoring is one of the most important tools available for enterprise IT organization empowering security operation. Now, security operation teams with real-time information from throughout the public and hybrid cloud environment and supporting critical security process like what we talk about: threat intelligence, we talk about forensic, we talk about root cause analysis and incident response. So what are the goals of continuous monitoring? I don't know if I should share my screen so you guys can see, or let me just, continuous monitoring sometimes refers to as CONMON, like CONMON, or continuous control monitoring. It provides security and operations analysts with real-time feedback on the overall health of our IT infrastructure, including networks and application deployed in cloud. So the goal of continuous monitoring, right, within all the organization, including our own passive, the goal of continuous monitoring and the reason that organizations implement continuous monitoring software solution is to increase the visibility and the transparency of network activities, especially suspicious network activities that could indicate a security breach, and to mitigate the risk of cyber attack with a timely alert system that triggers rapid incident response. So now let's say something like, what are the goals of continuous monitoring? Continuous monitoring can also play a role in monitoring the operational performance of applications. A continuous monitoring software tool can help IT operations analysts to detect the application performance issues, to identify their causes and implement the solution before the issue leads to unplanned application downtime. When I talk about downtime, it means that like it is a time during which a machine, especially a computer, is out of action or unavailable to use, and loss of revenue. Next, the IT organization, for example, when we talk about companies, right? Our company and any other company all over the globe may also use continuous monitoring as a means of tracking users' behavior, especially in the minute and hours following a new application update. Continuous monitoring solution can help IT operation teams to determine whether the update had a positive or negative effect on the users' behavior and the overall experience, customer experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So ultimately, the goal of continuous monitoring is to provide what? The IT organization with a near immediate feedback and insight into performance and interaction across the network, which will help drive operational security and what? Business performance. To let you guys know, there are a lot of tools that companies are utilizing for continuous monitoring. So one of them is called Splunk. We have Kibana. I know we don't really want to talk much about that, but sometimes I use, at my job, I use Tenable Nexus, Tenable Nexus, and we use McAfee. I use Tenable Nexus just to scan because sometimes our information system security manager, they will send us IOC, which is called like indication of compromise. When they send it to us as an ISSO, I will perform scanning, right? Now, with this tool that we use called a Tenable Nexus, Tenable Nexus will indicate whether is it a high risk, low risk, is it moderate? Now, most of the time it's always low. So should in case something trigger, something always happen that they will ask us to perform scanning. The reason is because somebody or there is another group that has performed monitoring and they found out that something has happened. Like, that the hackers, they're trying to do everything to intrude into our system all over the globe, especially in this country. So they will send us an indication of compromise in order for us now to perform a scan to find out, is there a vulnerability, right? When I talk about vulnerability, I'm talking about a weakness that has occurred. But whenever I do perform the scan, we don't have a lot of things doesn't really happen that way. Now, another tool based upon this is called CDM, which is Continuous Diagnostic and Mitigation Program. It provides a diagnostic approach to fortifying the cybersecurity of government network and systems. So the CDM program delivers cybersecurity tools, integration, services, and the dashboard that will help participating agencies to improve their cybersecurity posture. Now, CDM, what do they do? What does CDM tool does to any of the organization? It reduces the agency threat surface, okay? CDM. It increases the visibility to the federal cybersecurity posture. It also improves the federal cybersecurity response capability. It's streamlining the Federal Information Security Modernization Act. Thank you. Streamlining the Federal Information Security Modernization Act. Remember, I talked to you guys about the FISMA, right, of 2014. So now they do have their reporting. Like sometimes we have to report what is happening to them. Now, CDM program was developed in 2012 to support the government-wide and agency-specific effort to provide what? A risk-based, consistent, cost-effective cybersecurity solution to protect what? Our federal civilian network across all over the organizational tiers. Yes. Now, we have the CDM concept, right? Which is a cycle. The first thing is for you to install. You install and then you update the sensor, right? You automate the search for the flaws. You collect the result from the department and agency. Triage and analyze the result. Then you fix the worst problem first, right? The next thing is what? You report the progress. All right. So how do you implement continuous monitoring? Remember, I want each and everyone to know that in each organization, it is a must that we have to implement continuous monitoring. That is the only way. to solve our problem. Software vendors, they create a robust and versatile solution that enables IT organizations to effectively monitor the network's traffic. They will dictate the anomalies or suspicious pattern of activities and develop actionable insight. The implementation of the continuous monitoring software solution can be described in 5 basic steps. I'm going to run quick. The first thing is for the system definition, right? The IT organization must determine the scope. When I talk about scope, it's like the choice of its continuous monitoring deployment. Which systems are under the purview of the IT organization?
Go, Dr. Benny, I got your back.
Thank you, thank you. Please, you guys give me some time. We need to, I want to finish this quickly. All right. So which system are under purview of the IT organization? Which system should be subjected to continuous monitoring? There are a lot of systems that we need to work on because I work in certain, some of these federal institutions. Now, the next is a risk assessment. Come on now. Remember, I told you guys, based upon the system development life cycle for risk management framework, when it comes to risk assessment, we have security control assessors that they will perform an assessment for this. Now, so when it comes to risk assessment, the IT organization should conduct a risk assessment of each asset, all right? Each asset it wishes to secure, categorize. Remember, I told you guys, first of all, that when it comes to the risk management framework, we start with categorization, right? Now it's coming back here. When it comes to this risk assessment, you categorize the asset based on the risk and the potential impact of a data breach. You have higher risk asset will require what? More rigorous security controls. And please, let me talk about what is a control? Controls are action taken to reduce what? A risk. You know that risk occur at any time, anywhere. So what is risk? Risk is a possibility of a threat exploiting a vulnerability resulting to what? In a loss. Now, when I talk about the threat is any circumstances or an event that has the potential to compromise confidentiality, remember, integrity, and availability. And if you guys want to know a little bit of confidentiality, it's just to prevent unauthorized disclosure of a data. And then when it comes to integrity, it provides the assurance that the data has not been modified. And when it comes to availability, it ensures that data and the services, they are what? They are available when needed. Now, let's proceed. Higher risk asset will require more rigorous security controls, while low risk asset may require none at all and could even serve as a honeypot. What is honeypot? A decoy system that hackers might target, right, before they find something very important coming up. Now, the next one is choosing and implementing a security control application. Once a risk assessment has been completed, what happened? The IT organization should determine what type of security controls will be applied to each IT asset. Now remember, let me tell you guys something. Information is defined as the collection of data presented with a purpose and a meaning. Information is one of the most important assets for what? Conducting business successfully. That is it, right? Now, so security controls can also include things like password. Remember, I told you guys once when I had, during one of my presentation for cybersecurity. Now, having a password, when we move from Go founder to O founder, as you guys know that OFounder is more secure than GoFounder. Remember that when you log in into OFounder, they will send you a code, right? Before you get in. Wow. Anyway. Okay, just to let you guys know, let's talk about the password and other form of authentication, right? And a lot of people may not know what authentication is. So when developers build a procedure into an application, they ensure that only authorized users can gain access to it. You are authorized users, right? You are the one. It is your business. It is your email address. So the developers, like I said, they will build a procedure for that application to ensure that only you as a user can gain access to your email address. Okay, so the next thing we talk about firewalls. Remember, there was a time that Engineer Mike drew firewalls for us to really understand how it is, what a firewall is all about. Firewall in computing is a network security system that monitors and control the incoming and the outgoing network traffic based upon what? A predetermined security rules. So the next is the antivirus software. You know, a lot of companies, they install antivirus software in order to protect all these hackers or malware from coming into our system. So antivirus is also known as anti-malware. It is a computer program that is used to prevent, right? It prevent, it dictate, and it remove malware. So there is another tool called intrusion detection system, and another one is intrusion prevention system. Now that tool has to be installed, right? It has to be installed into your system. So intrusion detection system, it will analyze the network traffic for the signature that will match known as cyber attack. The intrusion prevention system, also known as analyze packages, but it can also stop from being delivered based upon what kind of attack it dictates, helping to stop that attack. As you know, there are a lot of people that they will do anything to intrude into our system here in the United States just to grab information, right? So we do have this intrusion prevention that it will prevent them now. Intrusion prevention system, which will be installed into your system to prevent those hackers, right, from hacking into our system. The next we'll talk about encryption. Encryption is a means of securing our data by encoding mathematically such that it can only be read and decrypt by those with a correct key. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. So the next we'll talk about software tool. It is something that we really need to know a little. I know that everybody wants to come here just for the money, but you want to know, is our system being protected, right? Is our money protected? So we have a software tool. It has to be configured, right? As the IT organization coordinates, right? It coordinates the desired security controls. How and why? In order to protect the key informational asset. It can also begin and configure a continuous monitoring software tool that will start by capturing the data from the security controls application. Continuous monitoring software tools incorporate a few core log aggregation that will collect the logs from the application deployed on a network, including what? Security application that are in place to do what? When we have security application, it protects our information. So the log file contains information about all the events that took place within the application, including the dictation of the security threat and the measurement of the operational metrics. Yes, thank you. Now, the last, it says ongoing assessment. Remember, we keep talking about assessment. It is very important. Now, collecting data from throughout the IT infrastructure is not the ultimate goal of continuous monitoring. with millions of data point generated and etc. each day through the log aggregation, information must be assessed. Yes, we have to assess the ongoing basis to determine whether there are any security, operational, business issues, because sometimes there are issues happening within a lot of organizations that require attention from human analysis. Now, many of these IT organizations today are leveraging big data analytic technology, including artificial intelligence. Remember, we have been talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning to analyze the large volume of log data and detect trend, pattern, or outlier that indicates the abnormal network activity. Now, so please, what are the benefits of monitoring, using continuous monitoring? So the IT organization that develop the capability to monitor their IT infrastructure and security controls in real time can enjoy a significant competitive advantage, especially against the competitors that are still doing batch analysis or periodic analysis of older data. The main benefit associated with continuous monitoring are: one, we are trying, our company, to tell you the truth, they increase the visibility and the transparency of network. Most of the companies, some of us, we work from home, and now you have to connect to your company, company network. So when I talk about the transparency of the network, the real-time monitoring gives the security operation teams a window of visibility into the inner working of the IT infrastructure, the ability to aggregate, normalize, and analyze data from throughout the network using what? Automated process that will ensure that important events and threats are not missed because of what? Lack of visibility into your system, right? Now, it enables a rapid incident response. You guys know that incidents can occur anytime, anywhere, all over the world, even at home, right? So continuous monitoring will eliminate the time delay between an IT incident first materialized and when it is reported to the incident response team, enabling a more timely response to security threat or operational issues. With access to real-time security intelligence, incident response team can immediately work to minimize the damage and restore the system when a breach occurs. We have to secure our system and work together. Now, it reduces the real-time, reduces system downtime. Now, the objective of an IT operation is to maintain the system uptime and performance. So with continuous monitoring, the IT operation teams can react more quickly to any application performance issue and rectify the errors before they lead to services outage that negatively impact customers, drive business performance, users' behavior. Monitoring is frequently overlooked. All right, it is overlooked of continuous monitoring software tools. The IT operation teams, again, can measure users' behavior, okay, on the network using the event log and use the information to optimize the customer's experience and direct users to desired tasks and activities more efficiently. Continuous security monitoring solution gives any organization like ours, OnPassive, the visibility they need to identify the vulnerability and the attack, right? They provide a real-time view to help IT professionals respond proactively and quickly to threat and compromise top continuous monitoring, security monitoring solution give companies, a complete end-to-end visibility to identify security misconfiguration or vulnerability and help them to meet regular information security compliance, complete with analytic and report. In conclusion, it is clear that organizations like OnPassive and any other company of all sizes must take steps to do what? To secure their data and system in the ever-growing threat landscape. Continuous security monitoring enables organizations to gauge their security posture in a real time, to identify weaknesses or potential compromise and mitigate them quickly. Guess what? Our credit cards, I just want to let you guys know, will be protected from hackers. Now, I want to take this moment to thank our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara. We want to take this opportunity again to say, hey, Mr. Ash Mufara, you are a self-sacrificing man, a man who has the heart for humanity. Thank you to our Father in heaven for sending Mr. Ash to us in order to eradicate poverty. We pray that our Father will guide and protect our CEO and his entire family. Happy Easter to each and everyone all over the globe. Jesus Christ has risen from death. Thank you.
Wow. Dr. Benny.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what to say, but to tell you thank you, because these are some of the kind of worries that people, they don't really understand what is happening in the background of our systems. So when we say systems, we are talking about our computers, we're talking about our servers, okay, people? So Dr. Benny just told us what continuous monitoring is all about. It is a very big deal in the IT industry. She gave us some tools that we use. So most of those tools are built up. We have some that we have the most common ones in the market now. We have Zymon. Zymon is a monitoring tool. We have Omnibus. Omnibus is a monitoring tool. We have Nagios. Nagios is also a monitoring tool. Then we have Dynatrace as well. So all of those monitoring tools, I just mentioned 4 of them: Nagios, Zymon, Omnibus, and Dynatrace. I have actually built up servers and configured them to monitor systems. Okay, I've built servers to monitor using Nagios, build them to monitor using Zymon, Dynatrace, and Omnibus in the various jobs that I've done. So I've configured servers. Thank you very much for bringing that very clear to us, people. So if you don't even configure, you don't ever monitor your systems, you will not be able to get the updates, right? You monitor them to know when it is due for patching, because we need to patch our systems to get the new updates so that they will not be vulnerable for the man of the middle to come in and get off our stuff. So continuous monitoring is 100% very efficient in most companies, and coming to our own company, which is an AI-driven company, OnPassive, we'll be having 100% monitoring of all our systems, okay? We have commands that will just run in the environment, and they can give us in real-time view. The top command, for instance, will give us that. I just want to add to what Dr. Benny just said. 1 second, please, before we can have questions. If people have questions, we'll answer them, then we'll shut it down. So I know Judy will be watching. Judy, this is what is called a server, okay? All companies that have their presence online, they have all of these things. They are called servers, okay? Now, these servers are what we are talking about. They need to be monitored all the time. For instance, if you don't monitor them, it can have a disk space problem. Your system will stop functioning properly if you don't have enough disk space. Okay, so we need to see when you run the top command, it will give you a lot for you to analyze your system to know what is going on with your system. So if on this over here, let me see. Over here, if you just type the top command, top for instance, it's one of the commands to use to monitor. If you people look at it, it will be showing you this in real time, right? It will be changing. Just be looking at this bottom. You see it is changing. When it's changing like that, it means it's showing you information in real time. So it tells you about the task that is running, the CPU of the system, which is, okay, then the memory, the swap memory. And so you need to know about all of this, because if your system crashes, you will know exactly what happened to your system to crash. So if you see it is showing you in real time, that's why it is going up and down, up and down. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you very much, Dr. Benny. You did it elaborately for us to really understand what is going on here. So
thank you. There is one other tool that some companies will use. They use like Splunk.
Yes,
Splunk. Yes. And Splunk is an analytical tool that is driven as SIEM. And what is SIEM? Like SIEM tool, which is Security Information and Event Management. It will collect and analyze and correlate a high volume of networks and other machine data in a real time.
Yeah, so
just like you said.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. I just want to add what Splunk does, right? Okay. So for instance, you will have a lot of just Control-C, cut it off. You will have a lot of data, okay, that you cut. So if I deal DAIL /f /var /log /secure. Okay, this one is a log file that gives every information about every system that people who log into your system. So if a user calls you and tells you, oh, I cannot log into my system, this is what you do to them, right? You will go to this file and you will see all the information, what happened that they could not log in. It will tell you. So what Splunk does is that Splunk takes all of this information and put it in simple, readable, human readable manner, because most of this information is not, you cannot read it just like that, okay? It's not easily read. So Splunk will take this data and analyze it in a human readable manner that people can understand what it's talking about, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Any questions? Dr. Benny.
Oh, yes. By the way, there is another tool which I told you about, like Nexus, right?
Yes.
Nexus is it is a remote security scanning tool, which will scan a computer. Just like I said, whenever with the Homeland Security or any other company, when they find out that there is a problem, you know, the intruders or the hackers, they are trying to intrude into our system. We want to find out, is this something happening? Okay, so what they do is that you have, like, let's say I am an ISSO, right? You work now within the federal government, the ISSM, you have the deputy ISSM, they will send us an indication, say IOC, indication of compromise. When they send it, because they found out that somebody was trying to do something. So they want to send it to us to make sure that we perform scanning to find out if, hey, is there any risk? Something happening. Hey, so when they send it to us, to tell you the truth, I was able to utilize that tool, Nexus, to perform my scanning. So what do you identify within the Nexus? Sometimes you have outdated software and missing security patches, just like you said. That's all I wanted to say to you. You have misconfiguration and insecure setting, right? Insecure setting, which you already said. The dictate of unknown vulnerability, which I told you guys that what is vulnerability? It's just something, a weakness that is occurring within the network, right? Then you have default, blank, or weak password, right? That is why we need, whenever, if you have a weak password, please try to change it to a password that you don't want anyone, a strong password. You don't want those hackers to steal your information. Remember, time is coming that apples will be coming, right? When we start receiving that apples, make sure your password should be alphanumeric. Please, it should be very strong so that those people, those hackers will not steal our information. They will not steal our dollars. Thank you, Engineer Mike. Proceed, please.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. What I just wanted to talk about this password thing that you're stressing about, password, okay? So if you look at our systems, okay, we can check, we have a configuration file that we can change. The is human, let's see, let me see. We can change a user to let the user log in or change his password immediately as he's logging into the system. We can do that. That is a security measures, okay? So if we do ch-l and the user is Mike, you see it gives you information about a user called Mike in my system. Okay. Now, but this is for learning purposes, okay? This is my play lab. It's not my work stuff, okay? I just use this to play with it. I play with this. I teach people with this. This is a lab. This is my home lab. It's not my work stuff. So people should not say, oh, he's showing me. No, it's my home lab, okay? Now, it tells you that last password change. It gives you a date. Then it tells you password expires. It gives you a date. Then it says account expires. It gives you a date. Then it says minimum number of days between password change. It gives you a value. Same again. It says maximum number of days between password change. It gives you a value. Then the last one says number of days of warning before password expires. It gives you a value. So we can change all of those information for a specific user, so that, or all users in your environment, so that once ever they log in, they change your password so that they don't carry some password for a very long time. Normally, most enterprises use 90 days for you to change, but you can change it to even 7 days to 21 days. Okay, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Benny.
Okay, thank you. We have a question here. It says,
Okay.
thank you. Hold on. Thank you so much for all that you leaders are healing us with. Please, one founder have not been receiving emails to be able to get to her back office. She reset, but still any advice, please? I'm going to give my own advice, and then maybe Engineer Mike or Sister Judy or anyone. My own advice is this, please. Tomorrow is Monday. Please, please tell her to attend our webinar at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Oh no, is it 2 p.m., right?
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern time. Please, you can go to your back office and you will see the link. And I would like you to tell, I think Julie or any of those leaders, so that they will inform our CEO, and then straightly they will talk to our technical department. Please, I am glad that you're here and you're telling us this problem. I beg you, attend the webinar tomorrow. Please tell her. Engineer Mike, you have anything? Sister Judy, anything to add, please?
Well, I don't have nothing to add. Let's Judy add. That was well explained, Dr. Benny. Thank you.
You do? Okay. Thank you. Any more question, please?
I have one, if I may.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Judy, go.
Okay,
Go for it.
we have numerous accounts under my name. They're to be gifted. And do I check into each one every day or every week?
If you can, but it's not really necessary.
Into each one, okay. Not just
Not
checking
really
into
necessary.
my major one?
Yes, because the most important thing that we need to know is that we need to check. You know that sometimes if you created the emails on Gmail, right?
Mhm.
If you created the emails on Gmail, sometimes Gmail closes the account, right? If you don't use it often. So what I would advise, Judy, is that if you can, check them. But if you cannot, at least your main one, you should be logging in and out.
Okay, thank you so much. I've had others ask me too, and I thought I've been giving answers, but I didn't know if they were right.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh,
And
all
thank you.
right.
Beautiful webinar today and information. Wow, it boggles your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Did you enjoy the continuous monitoring? Because I know that each organization, it is a must that
Yes.
they have to perform continuous monitoring.
Right. It's a little deep for me, but it'll get there. It'll sink in.
It is
Awesome.
okay. The reason is because I just want each and everyone knows that our money is safe. Why is it safe? Remember, we used to have gold founder, right?
Mhm.
People can just get in and out. But our CEO said, no, we need to protect our data. So we move from gold founder to all founder. All founder is more secured. How? Before you log into all founder, what do? You have to open that email address. Make sure that it's open. That particular email. Let's say you have 20 email addresses and you want to go through each of them. But the first one, you have to open that email address, because when you go to all founder now, you log in, you put your password. The next thing is that they will send you OTP, right? One-time password. They will send you that code, which is a 6-digit number. Now, when it goes straight to their email, your email is already open. That is a good thing. If it is not open, that's trouble. By the way, they have given us 5 minutes, which I know that you can still rush and get there. And then copy that code. You copy it or you write it down, and then you'll be able to get in, because we have a secure web. I'm sorry, all founder is more secured. So I want to take this special moment to thank each and everyone. Any more questions?
Dr. Benny, not really questions. I want to hear from Eunice Coco Chanel is there, then with O-Floor. Want to hear their own, what they can tell us about today and how they understood what is going on today. If they don't mind, Eunice Coco Chanel and O-Floor, if you can, please, let's hear from you. Thank you.
Hello, my wonderful people. I'm very glad to be here, and thank you for giving me the floor. I've been listening very carefully. Yeah, I'm sorry today I couldn't put my my camera on because I'm a bit under the weather. In Ireland, they say I'm under the weather, meaning I'm not on top of my form today. But like I say, I've been listening and everything has been very, very interesting. And I want to say thank you so much, especially to you, Dr. Benny, all the explanation and the security things. We all need to know that, because we know soon we'll be having a lot of apples, right? And we want to be sure that our apples are going to be secure. So it was very good to hear all those things, those information. Thank you so much. And thank you to you, Engineer Mike, for the great job you are doing. And thank you to all the founders that took their time to be here. So yeah, thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, my queen, Eunice. Thank you for coming, and happy Easter to you and your entire family.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Over to you, Engineer Mike.
Yes, Doc, you can handpick any person to say, then we'll close. because Flo says she's outside, so she cannot speak. She's out of like windy environment and things like that.
Oh, okay. I know there is comfort here. Cindy, if you can say something, if you have a word. If not, we have Louise, or you have Gertrude. Keba, I think Keba has already spoken. Abel says, Unpassive is full of brains. God bless you all. Sister Marie wants to say something. Come along, sis.
Thank you all for giving me the opportunity again. I've had internet problems. I think you've seen me try to go back in and out like 4 times during this webinar. But I thank you for this continuing education. It is continuing education for me because each time I listen in, sometimes we may not have anything to say, but the things that you explain, especially your last presentation just now, Dr. Benny, it really sinks in. And sometimes we do relate to some of those things because like you, Dr. Benny, I work for the federal government of the United States of America. We do have to change our passwords. I think is it 60 days or every 90 days? It looks very tedious sometimes because by the time you figure out one password, it's time to change it again. But it is very vital and important for us to keep the integrity of the system. That's why it is incumbent upon us to change our passwords. So it reminds of, you have like 3 more weeks for your password to expire if you want to change it. And then as the days wind down, it continues to remind you until it actually shuts you down and you must change it on the day that it expires. So it's very, very important. Thank you so much, Mike. We come here for lessons. We come here I say I attend schools. If I can log into as many webinars as possible, it is for my own benefit. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you, Engineer Mike. You are a professor. It's in your gene. You present very strong arguments about everything, and you break it down to the level of a 3rd grader. It is very important for you to break it down to the level of a 3rd grader, as opposed to using high-level verbiage, because some of us who are not specialty in IT and AI, we can still understand the message of your lessons. Dr. Benny, you've been of wonderful support. You present as eloquently as possible, and you command the attention of some of us. Thank you so much. Dr. Derek, I appreciate you. You are in all the webinars that you can possibly be. You analyze everything, you dice and slice and present your slides. And some of us really comprehend everything. You start by thanking us and wishing us all the blessings. I follow you everywhere. Thank you so much to all the attendees who are here to support this webinar. We are so blessed to where we are right now. And I want to close up my speech by thanking our Ash Mufara. Mr. Ash Mufara and your family, you have sacrificed everything to make this possible, especially your wife and 2 kids, your mother and your mother-in-law. They are all there to give you all the moral support that you need. On this Easter day, I pray for you to have good health. Good health. You are very wise. So the wisdom will continue to grow. God will continue to use you, and you will deliver without a doubt. You are delivering one thing at a time, and it is just majestic and magnificent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's all I want to say for now.
Wow, wow, wow. Sister Marie, Queen Marie.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much for thanking our CEO. He is the best. That is all I want the world to know, that he is the best CEO I have ever seen in my life. I've been in America for 30-something years. The only CEO that loves one another. He loves all of us, and he embraces us as his brothers and sisters. That is the man. He is a leader. And I wish, you know what he wants? He wants all of us to love one another. No discrimination, no fakeness. Do you guys understand me? That is what our CEO wants. We should not be pretending. When we go beside him, we smile. And then when we come out, we do something different. Look, I am speaking the truth. And you guys know that the truth hurts. And it shall be spoken. Thank you.
He sees all the bickering. He sees all the forces, but he's able to cut through and make his good judgment. Mm-hmm. He knows we are all children. We come with different mindsets and different thought process. And we are always going to have differences, but that will not break us all as family. So he can cut through the chase and does what he does best. Love each and every one of us. He sees all we do. He hears what all we say, but he can still cut through and do what he does best by loving each and every one of us. I love him for that attitude of his. He is a true leader because that's what true leaders do. Thank you.
Yes, Sister Marie, you have spoken. A true leader. No discrimination, no fakeness. He is the best. And what he wants us to do is to work together as a family. So are you guys ready to work together as a family? Thank you so much. Engineer Mike, proceed.
Wow, ladies. The only thing I can say, I'm very humbled with all the attributes people give to me all the time. I'm very humbled, and I know God is seeing us. He knows our inner minds, and he will always give us that courage to proceed. And it is with that courage that we get up every day to our various activities. And I will tell God, thank you again for giving me the strength and for giving all of us in ONPASSIVE the strength. And thank you again for him to bring Ash Mufare to this world that brought us to this journey that we are in today. We just want to say thank you, Mr. Ash, for this Easter. As Jesus Christ is risen, let's put everything behind us and forge forward for a new beginning. And the new beginning, the new dawn is ONPASSIVE. Let's love each other and just stay focused, trust the process, and we follow our leader, say Ash Mufare, and go wherever he's leading us because the excitement is too much. Thank you, everybody, for coming here today. Dr. Benny wants to say something. Go, Dr. Benny.
Yes, please. We have, this person wrote a note and said,
okay,
I have 3 accounts with issues.
Okay.
I give the words log in with valid credentials.
Okay.
Of two of this account, I cannot access. When we move from GoFounder to OFounder,
Yeah.
they were all good.
Okay.
did access back office, but these problems occur after 2 weeks.
Okay.
After 2 weeks. To date, I cannot access. How can I get help? Thank you. I love my unpassive family. Happy Easter to all and love you guys. Now, I will give you my own answer again. Please, tomorrow, please attend the webinar. We do have, on Mondays, we have round table, right? Corporate round table. And sometimes our CEO attend the corporate round table. It's for questions and answers. Please, at 2 p.m. Eastern time, please log in and tell them you need to, well, sometimes I'll say you need to cry, but please tell them that you really need this account because the apples will soon be coming and we need our dollars. Could you please attend the webinar tomorrow, please? Thank you. Engineer Mike, do you have anything to say?
Well, thank you, Dr. Benny, again for your eloquent presentation and in-depth of what we call continuous monitoring. Thank you, all the leaders, Judy, Dr. Derek, Keba in Norway, Dr. Derek again, Auntie Marie Pendi, Eunice Coco Chanel, Amadine, Jacotine, Alexandrine Fotso, I can see a lot, Chris, Pastor Paul 360, who is 390 now, Sister Mary Wilson, who again, Sopaz, who came in, Dr. TV Jong, and Victor from Togo, and Bell, Flor, Johanna, Kita, and our sister Rona from PNG, Dr. Kemi, Ronald Dako. Thank you all very much, our leaders. You make us proud every time. When we come here, we give this little explanation of what we have. We are happy that all of us are happy all the time. We need to satisfy you so that we make this journey much more easier for us. So like I say again, our platform is not platform to generate income. No, it is a platform for us, all our founders, so that we can come here and we learn all the time. And we appreciate all of you coming. We want to thank you for this Easter day. Thank our CEO for bringing us this business, which is a movement now. We are on the top. So Dr. Benny, anything again?
Oh, yes. Tell the truth, I want to thank each and everyone. Dr. Kemi, Sister Comfort, Brother Sam. Look, I don't want to call all the names, but you guys are my queens and my kings, right? I want to really emphasize, thank you so much for attending this webinar. Look, today is Easter that you're supposed to be enjoying, right? But you decided to come here and listen and learn something very important anyway, continuous monitoring, right? Thank you so much for coming. Queen Judy, you know I love you, right? Sister Marie, do you have anything else, Sister Marie?
Yes, please. I just want to wrap this up. We are supporting each other in more than 200%. There is another webinar that is happening. It's going to happen in a minute. And that is called, I think it's coming from Europe, the Heroes webinar. Please go in there and support each other and use that as a class. Everybody, please, we should put our things down and just go in there and learn and teach each other. So that's all I wanted to wrap this up with my own word.
Thank you very much,
Sister Marie. You did not give us the link now. You did not give us the link. Maybe.
No, it's in the back office.
Okay.
Right now, it's logging in the back office. You go through your back office. Hey, did you forget about your back office? See, this time, please just log into your back office. Make sure that it's activated. Go through the webinar and you'll be able to find this happening right now live.
Thank you
I
very
will
much.
join.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Judy Ries. I
Thank
love
you.
your look. You look so young and beautiful, Miss Judy.
Thank you. Thank you.
See,
May I
it's because
say-
she smiles all the time. That's why.
Thanks to Dr. Benny.
Yes.
And
Thank
she tells when I don't smile, she's not happy. So she always wants me smiling all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. That's right.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
Judy. Okay, let's unmute ourselves and say bye-bye to everybody. Let's hop into the next webinar. And we'll
Thank
see you
you.
again on Sunday, same time, 11 Eastern.
Love you.
Bye. Love you from
See you guys
Calgary,
at the
Alberta,
top.
Canada. Bye, bye, bye.
See you
Thank
guys
you, everybody.
at the top.
Happy
Please,
Easter.
apples are dropping.
They are
Look
coming.
at every one
Apples
of
are
them.
dropping.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you.
you and
Bye,
see you
Jonah.
at
Bye.
the Heroes
Bye.
webinar.
It
Right
was
back.
wonderful.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.